All right, we have a great interview here today. We're talking with Slam AoE, one of Age of Empires pro players and tournament contenders. One of the longest
Oh yeah.
one of the longest standing members in the community, really a pillar of Age of Empires. So it's with a great pleasure that I am here and welcome to the stream, Slam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very happy to be here.
Yeah. And I'm happy to have you here live in the flesh as well, because you actually don't stream usually with your webcam on.
Yeah, I know you. I don't know how you did this, man. I don't know how you did this.
Well, it required stalking you on the stream for a few
Yeah.
days and and trapping you by asking you live so that you had to kind of you have to be nice. You're
True.
Canadian,
True. He
you
was
know.
after me, man. I couldn't. I finally broke. So
Yeah, so Slam is
yeah.
a Canadian, and you have to maintain the reputation of Canadians as being nice. So I know you wouldn't have been able to say no. So I'm happy.
You might have a point there. Yeah.
Uh, okay, so yeah, so I mean the interview is gonna be simple. I just have a few questions for you, and the real goal is so that people in the future, if they want to see what was Slam like back in 2021, what was his where was
Yeah.
his career at? They will look at his video and really get some good insight into you.
I
So
like
without
this,
ado,
man. It's gonna be like a time capsule, right? We can
yeah,
look back on this
exactly.
10 years from now.
That's
Yeah.
exactly the
Let's go.
intention.
All right.
So how did you get your start in AoE? Like when did you start
Ooh,
playing?
man. Yeah. Straight out of the womb, man. I was born and they handed me a mouse, like literally when I was born. No, it was back in like when the game came out, 1999, pretty
Yeah,
much.
1999, I
Uh,
think.
My dad came home, then he bought Age of Empires for me and my brother. So and then I was hooked since. And I took like a couple breaks in between, but yeah.
How old were you back in 1999?
Wow. Wow, I'm really jumping. Like I'm jumping right in here. How old was I?
Yeah,
Um, I think 11. Just some simple
11.
math there.
Wow. So you've been playing AoE since diaper days.
Since what days?
Since diaper days?
Oh, diaper. I thought you said Viper. I'm like,
No, no.
yeah, diaper days, man. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
that's
mean,
what I'm
11,
saying, man. I was born and
All right, well,
they
I
handed me a
mean,
mouse instantly.
that's good. And when did you sort of get into the pro scene in AoE, you would say?
I think around when 2013 or 14 or so.
Okay. So pretty
Um,
late.
yeah, it was like when I joined Tyrant, and I kind of forget when that was. So I think it was like around there.
Okay. And what was sort of your inspiration to go pro, as they say?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I just loved the game and hated losing. So it was just the hate of losing, man. That's pretty much it.
Is that all it takes? You just have to hate losing?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I just didn't know what else to play, right? So,
Right.
um, it wasn't anything I was chasing after. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so if that's all then I'm gonna be like 2K by next week, man. If that's all
Oh,
we're
you
doing
hate
it.
losing too?
Sometimes, I've been known to get a little bit angsty when I lose a game or two.
Okay. Yeah, dude,
Just a little
you'll
bit.
be up there in no time.
Okay. All right. So I want to hear more of these
Yeah.
early Slam pro days. You say you were in Tyrant. I've spoken to Viper. He was in Tyrant as well. I think Fire was in Tyrant in those early days.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Capo as well, right? Capoch, he was in Tyrant as well.
No, he
No,
wasn't. He
no,
wasn't
okay,
even playing
okay.
during that time. So, yeah.
Somebody told me you were on the B team. You're a B
Excuse me?
teamer.
That's offensive, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I t-
Yeah, yeah. It was the B team. Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah. Who was on the B team with you?
Backed, Fire, and Ryut.
Yeah. Because when I spoke to Fire and I was like, okay, so you on the B team? He's like, no, it wasn't the B team. It was just like the other team. So I guess they're sort of
You know what?
some
Oh
valor
man,
there.
Fire said it right. Yeah, it was just like the equal other team, man.
All right, of
Yeah,
course, of course. And the other and very equal team was what? Viper, Doubt. Who else was in that other team?
KCAB and man, Doubt, Jordan, Viper, Doubt, and KCAB.
Okay, okay. What was it? How did you get drafted?
Um, I think KCAB loved the way I played team games. He said I had like perfect build orders. And I'm like, well, yeah, of course I do, right? But anyways, yeah, that's what he said, and he's like, I actually threw an application. There was like an application page on Voobly for it, and I sent one. It sat there for like a month, and then he got to it or something. Then he said, "Yeah, we want to recruit you, man. Like, I love your build orders. It's gonna be perfect for team games." And maybe Ryut had something to do with that too. I'm not too sure because I think Ryut liked playing with me. So,
Okay, okay. Yeah, so for everyone in the chat, everyone's enjoying the slam cam. So yeah, this is only the
oh wait,
best
is my cam
on
on right now?
Franco stream. Yes, my friend. Only the
Oh, dude, I
best for
thought I
you
turned.
all
Oh
on Franco
shoot,
stream.
this is.
Don't you dare take it off. Okay, yeah. Okay, so all right, so you're drafted into Tyrant.
Yeah.
You're on the other team, which may have been known to have a little less prestige than the other team. Did you ever think to
No,
did
no,
you
equal. We were equal. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
and what was your like aspirations? Was it like, you felt a bit like, oh man, I could do better. I could do a bit better and sort of get more up there, or were you sort of like satisfied with where you at and sort of like just like going through the journey? What was it like for you?
Like when I joined Tyrant,
Yeah.
like after that. I don't know, man. I joined it and I thought I was like like I'm like, holy smokes, I'm on this team with same team as Viper and Down and everything. So I think that actually made me even a little bit better because just because of that prestige or whatever you want to call it that came with it. And man, I can't really remember what happened after that. I know Tyrant Wars happened and that really influenced me to want to play a lot better and everything. So yeah, it just seemed like it was uphill ever since there. I
Okay,
don't know if
that's
that
nice.
answered your. I don't know. I
Yeah, no,
kind of
it
forget
was.
what your question
So
was.
for
Yeah.
you it was like a good entry into esports and you sort of appreciated just, being able to
Yeah.
contend and being there. And when I talk to the Tyrant guys, I always have to ask them about, well, first of all, I want to hear about Doubt and Viper back in like the early days. I know Viper was like a bit more fresh in the scene back then. And of course,
Yeah.
you have to tell me about the trips you did with Tyrant. I know there's like
Oh
a
boy.
lot of
Yeah.
a lot of fun stories there. I think I asked. That reminds me, I had something to ask you. It was in the fire interview he mentioned he saw you
Oh
get.
yeah. I
You
was listening to
remember?
that.
Yeah, he told me you got
I don't
he
know if
you.
this is the place, man.
Okay, well we get to
Continue.
that
No,
soon,
no,
but
no, no, no. Okay, okay.
but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
one thing at a time. Let's start with
Okay, yeah. I'm overwhelmed right now,
yeah,
man.
let's
No, keep
start
going.
with like what kind of experience did you have in Tyrant? Or what was the experience like in the team, with your teammates and just like playing at that level?
Wait, could you say that again? What was my experience like playing with them?
Yeah, yeah. What was the experience like playing with the team and just sort of like being part of like a
Oh,
big
it
esports
was
team?
pretty cool. I didn't play with Viper and Doubt and KCAB as much, but I got to play with Ryut and Fire and Backed, and that was a lot of fun. I absolutely loved those 4v4s back in the day when we had those Tyrant Wars and everything. So playing with those guys was awesome. Ryut was like a superstar back then,
Oh
so
yeah.
getting to play with him was pretty awesome too. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
It was a good experience.
Yeah. Were you there on that infamous? I think it was the Dubai trip.
Yeah. What about it?
Were you there for that on the infamous
I
Dubai trip?
wasn't there for there was three of them.
Oh,
I think Doubt went to the first one, and then the second one was Doubt, Viper, Jordan,
right.
and Ryut, and then the third one included them, and then me, Fire, and Back. So yeah, I was there
This
for
is
the
the
third
third
one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Traveling overseas to Dubai for video games.
Uh, Crazy, man. I will forever remember that, and I have stories to tell for the rest of my life from that trip. So going to it was absolutely freaky to me because I didn't know
Right.
much about what was happening. Um, it was just the other teammates were like, "Dude, you gotta don't turn down this trip. You gotta come to this
Of
trip." So
course.
I'm like, "Okay, all right. I'm just gonna trust you guys." I don't know who's invite. I mean, I guess I can't really. I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about it, but it was good. You know.
Yeah. Are you allowed to give us like one story? Like one fun story from the trip?
Oh man, it's kind of tough because I don't know if it would be like a give. I don't know. Did Fire give any stories?
He talked about the time that you guys went to like a club, but then I think it was Ryut didn't like dress he didn't dress in like professional business wear, so they didn't want to let you guys into the club. So you all
Oh,
had to
really?
you get turned
Oh,
away.
okay.
Oh, you
That's a
probably weren't
pretty.
there for that trip.
What's that?
I say you probably weren't there for that trip when they went to the club.
No, I think I remember that. Yeah, I
Okay,
remember that. So
you
we
kind of
couldn't get in.
he's
Yeah.
you kind
Is
of
that
scrubbed
all
it
he
from your
said though?
memory. Well,
Yeah.
that I only asked for one story. I don't spend the whole. I don't spend the whole interview talking about Dubai.
Um, I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not,
Ah, it's all
but
right. Listen,
uh,
we could circle back to it if anything comes to mind. We could just
sure.
have a fun
Yeah,
story.
sure.
But yeah. So you joined the Tyrant clan. Um,
hmm
what other clans did you get involved with after that?
Um, Tyrant, pretty much Tyrant, and then Tyrant shifted to Secret, and then Secret shifted to, man, what's the team I'm on right now? I totally, no, I'm kidding. Gamer Legion. So yeah, it just kept moving from these teams. So I didn't really switch to any other team besides these. It's pretty much been the same team, just different name.
Okay, okay. And I think I know you're in a clan right now. What's the clan experience like for you? Is it something that
It's
you
terrible, man. I just what?
I mean, it
No, no.
could be.
No, it's been good. It's great. The our GL sponsor has been fabulous, and
Right,
teaming with these guys has been pretty awesome. I mean, they're a little bit closer with each other, just
right.
because of previous meetups, and here I am just like out in Canada, right? But I'll get to know them a little bit more, I guess, on this trip coming up.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. And of course, this pandemic and the COVID has, sort of prevented trips and bonding
Wait. The
experience.
what? CI
The
what?
COVID. The thing that should
Oh
not be
yeah,
named so that YouTube doesn't
yeah.
demonetize my video and
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, but like, I mean, that's your current time in esports, and clans. Um, have you always just been like since Tyrant? Did you always just say, well, from this point on, I'm just a clan guy now. I'm just always gonna participate in clans. Is that
It
how?
sounds almost kind of like like not good. It's like, oh, dude, I'm just a clan
One
guy now. Like
Right.
this, I'm not unique anymore. Um, what was the question? Yeah, yeah. So I just saw myself as a clan guy, and it's been pretty cool since.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's pretty chill. So I think you're like top 10, top 15 right now. Or what do you self-describe as a pro
Well,
esport player?
we'll
And don't
just
be
go.
modest.
We'll go with the Red Bull ranking right now.
All
Okay,
right, what's
it's
the Red
top
Bull
12.
ranking?
Okay, top
Top
12.
12. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
to
It's
nothing
it's
to
yeah.
yeah. Uh when do you think you started to become like a top 12 player in the game? Like what year?
When did Red Bull 5 qualifiers end? That was like 2.5 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, but 2.5 weeks ago, I think.
No, I'm
So
sure it
like,
was long before that.
well, I've fluctuated. I think back in 2015, um, which is like recent, right?
Yeah.
Um, I I was probably like a top 10 player, and then between then and now, I've kind of dipped a bit, maybe to like a top 20, I'd say, maybe top 25 at times. Um, and now I don't know. Now I'm doing a little bit better, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, that's about it, man. I just took a little dip, and maybe with DE
Yeah.
coming out, I didn't play as much too during a certain phase, so that kind of set me a little bit behind as well. So
Okay. And have you always been like what's your tournament experience? Have you since Tyrant days, have you always like consistently tried to participate in tournaments? I know you took some breaks here and there as you mentioned, but
yeah, yeah. No, whenever there was a tournament, I may have missed a few
right.
when DE came out, or maybe a little bit before that, but I've always tried to participate, whether or not I was playing like
Okay.
um, like game a week or something. So
Yeah. Was there like any moment that you thought to yourself like, okay, look, listen, I'm gonna go pro now. I'm Age of Empires is life. Esports is life. I'm about this life. Was there at any point like sort of an aha moment like
yeah,
that for you?
yeah, 2014
Oh.
December 5th, I woke up at 5 a.m. I remember I
uh,
was eating some Cheerios. No, I'm serious. I was eating some
okay.
Cheerios. I didn't put sugar on it that day. I don't know why. I just didn't feel like the sugar, I guess. And about halfway through the bowl, I thought, you know what, man, let's just go pro. And
Okay.
since that time, that's uh, that's where it all started.
All right, nice. I really love that you can so vividly remember such what should be like a mundane experience, but for you it's become actually a pivotal moment. So thanks to
Yeah.
sugarless Cheerios, as Marie says in the chat, a pro is born.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would say it was around 2014. It was
Right.
never really a distinguishable like moment where I'm like, I just kept grinding the game and just I don't know. Um, eventually, I just kind of fell into it, I guess.
All right, nice, excellent. And okay. What's sort of like your play style, you would say?
Hmm. Well, I love Dark Age. I love like eco management. So I don't think I. I used to be more of an aggressive player when I was back to like the 1v1 Huns days,
Yeah.
but then the game kind of changed, and now I don't know what I am now. I think I'm just kind of sinking into the meta, just full walls, and then just play the Civ at its best, or whatever. So, I used to be super aggressive, and now I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Do you think like not sort of committing to a play style or finding that sort of like identity holds you back a bit? Or do you think that's just you and you know
Because I don't know who I am, right? Is that what you're saying?
have to know yourself to actualize? I'm
Um, I don't know. I don't think so. I
okay.
don't think that has anything to do with it. Maybe it is. Maybe, but as far as I know.
No, I mean
No, I
that's
don't
all right.
think there's some sort of identity of something that's for right now I'm just focusing on trying to make sure I'm clicking everything correctly and my eco is perfect and just, making sure that the basics
Yeah,
are all like perfect. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Is it really that simple as just clicking everything correctly? That's all I need to do, and I get to
Yeah,
2K?
you just have to believe that
Oh man.
you can win, and when you believe, anything can happen.
Okay. So by next week Friday, I believe in myself and I don't hit 2K. I get to hit you up and I get to be angry.
Don't quote me on this, right? I'll be
Okay,
gone. I
okay.
won't be here I'll be on a plane.
All right. And what sort of like your training? What training do you do to keep yourself at the top, if
Or
any at
AoE.
all? Yeah, if any at all, yeah.
AoE, I just grind 1v1s, man. And then for tournaments, I'll maybe play like training games with the other um, teammates. So that's about it.
Okay,
I mean, I'll call my boy up ACCM and
okay.
we'll go all night long, man.
Okay, that's very nice. So, is being in a team like a good training opportunity for you? Do you think without, being part of a clan and part of an established team that you wouldn't have been able to make it as far?
Uh, no, I don't think so at all. I
Okay,
think, I mean, training with him every once in a while is great, but
right.
I'd say about 99% of my 1v1s are probably outside of training with them. So, um, everything that I've done, I think, has just been through me playing. And then obviously with team games and stuff, every once in a while there might be something helpful that I may learn through the team.
Okay, okay. All right, that's very nice. You don't do any coaching, do you?
Me
Yeah.
coaching?
No, you don't do
No.
any.
Sometimes I'll like analyze viewer recordings and stuff, but I don't do
Right.
like one-on-one coaching. I've thought about it, but um, right now it's just whatever the GL website offers.
Okay.
That's and nothing's come up there, so I'm in the
Okay,
clear.
okay. So you don't actually. I see Nubis in the stream is telling you to tell me to play more 1v1s. No 1v1s for. Okay, actually, Nubis, I want you to know I've been hitting that 1v1 ladder, my friend. If you go on my profile right now, 1300, boy. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, back to the interview. Okay, do you all right, I don't know if I want to ask you anything more about coaching, to be honest. I think I want to talk more
Okay.
about like your Twitch career because you
Hmm.
do happen to be one of the, one of the biggest streamers in Age of Empires. How does that feel?
Oh, thank you, man.
How's that
Um,
how's that for you?
the way
What's it
you say it
like?
like that, it feels pretty darn good.
I It is
Um,
pretty darn good.
it's weird. It's all relative because, like, I guess you hit a certain viewer amount, and then you see other streamers like Viper or other players, and all of a sudden you feel like a small streamer again.
All right.
But I mean, it's really relative, and um, but yeah, I mean, during when I stream it, I do seem to be kind of at the top during that time. So um, that feels pretty good, and hopefully it stays. Hopefully it stays.
When did you start streaming?
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably like 2015 or 2016, but I didn't
Okay.
really get into it. It was just sort of like a hobby thing. I just turned it
Right.
on for like, I don't know, like an hour or two, and then I'd stream
Okay.
like once a month or something. So yeah. And Twitch wasn't really as big at the time too, especially with Age of Empires. Not even back then Viper was streaming. So
Okay. When did you oh, the chat is pointing out that you're a bit too humble, because you get like 800 viewers every day and night. So,
yeah,
um,
no, that is really good. Like honestly, when I compare
that's
it to,
great.
I don't know, like sometimes there's so much.
99% of Twitch,
Okay,
99% of all broadcasters, when you compare, then you're
all right,
in the big
all
league.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's yeah.
And like when did you like decide, okay, I'm gonna do this Twitch thing? When it's like Slam's gonna be a Twitch star now.
I remember I had a spike when I got partnered. I really wanted to just stream like crazy, and I think that lasted like 3 months. I hit like 100 subs or something, which was pretty awesome. But then I didn't really see it as being a long term thing, so I kind of faded from it. And then I forget what happened after that. It picked up for me. Oh. When the, so I was like a casual streamer until right at the end of March when the quarantine started in Canada. I was playing a lot of Fortnite with one of my um, close friends, and I was just sick and tired of that game. And I was just sick and tired of everything that was going on. So I said, screw this. I'm going to stream Age of Empires every single night. And it was the start of the quarantine. And since that, it was like March 28th, 2020 or something. And since that day, um, that was when my Twitch just, I mean,
Okay.
blew up, I guess you could say.
All right. Well, that's very nice. And you certainly cultivated a community and a following. How do you feel about being like a cult leader?
Whoa, what? A cult leader, am I?
Oh, I'm just kidding. How do you feel about, cultivating an awesome
Maybe.
community?
I think it's true. You might be right because like a lot of people are sleeping to my stream. So there might be some sort of like hypnosis effect of some sort.
Yeah, yeah.
And that seems like a cult thing to do, like
Right.
kind of an evil cult thing.
I was
I don't know.
telling
Whenever I hear whenever Yeah, go for it.
No, I was saying I was complimenting Slam before the interview about his, lovely broadcaster level voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. But
Yes, he
you were
was. He
saying,
was.
people listen to your stream.
Yeah. Whenever I hear the word cult, I always just think that it's evil, right? So that's why I go straight to like, yeah, I'm probably hypnotizing my half my viewers through my voice or something. So how does that feel? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, but
Okay,
don't worry. I'll use it for good. I'll use it for good.
okay, well, that's very nice. And you have a Discord community. Is it like I mean, but just I mean, I've spoken to, a few other pros and big Twitch personalities. And
Yeah.
I mean the feelings range. Like, some people like embrace it. They're like, yeah, it's awesome. It's me. I always knew I was gonna be a star. It's whatever. And then some people are like, well, I do this thing where I don't really like people seeing me. I don't like to be noticed. It's like, where do you fall in like sort of that spectrum of internet celebrity stardom?
I think I come across maybe like wait, what was the difference between these two?
It's
I think
like some people are more shy about it, and some people are more they embrace the celebrity status.
I think I'm definitely more shy about it, but like when I don't know, I'm out and about living life, I'll think about the stream and like it actually means a lot to me, and I'll feel like kind of a bit of a celebrity, like thinking that knowing that I have that kind of viewership. But I definitely don't come across that way. At least I don't think I do. Um,
No, well, not to me.
Not to you. Okay,
Well,
that's
not
all that
from what
matters.
I've seen. No. Oh, thank you. And okay.
Yeah, because it is weird. Because like sometimes I'll maybe like hang out in Grath's chat, like Grath Rank's chat every now and then. I'll say something, and like he's always so shocked to see me. Like, oh man, Slam's in my chat, and I'm thinking, why is he so excited? I don't understand. Is it because I have that little symbol beside my name or something?
And no,
Like,
cause it's
I just
slam.
I don't think of it that way. I'm
All
like,
right.
so like he doesn't have to
Nothing.
do that. But either way, it feels good. But um, part of me is just like, you don't need to do that, man.
So let me ask you though. Um, is it like when people like sort of acknowledge that, it's like, oh, it's the great slams here. Is it turn you away, or does it just like kind of slide off and like, yeah, whatever?
No, I don't mind it. I don't. I'm kind of what's the word? I don't know, indifferent about it or whatever. But it, yeah, it doesn't turn me away as long as it's not like over the top. Because um, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, that's very nice. I remember like so I mean I interviewed Hera like what was that, 3, 4 months ago now.
Oh yeah, how did
And
that go?
yeah, that was nice. Um but like when I messaged him, I also inserted in there, oh, like I'm a huge fan as well. And he
Oh
he
yeah.
didn't I mean he didn't like say anything, but you could tell it was kinda like awkward. I was like, oh fuck. I fucked it up, you know.
Wait. What happened?
No,
What happened?
so when I messaged him to say, hey, come play on a show, I also
Yeah.
mentioned, oh, I'm also a big fan. I watch, my favorite AoE 2 player, no offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, and it sort of like created a little awkward tension there, because you're like, oh, okay. He sort of gave me like the, oh, okay. But he still came on, which
Oh.
was nice. But, I guess it could be a bit, awkward when I think AoE2 players in particular, a bit awkward about, the stardom.
Maybe he was fine. Maybe he didn't think anything of it. So.
Yeah. No, I mean I think we're cool. It's not like he came on the show, we had a nice chat. Almost as nice as this chat that we're having here.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah.
it's hard to
Okay.
beat Slam,
You're
to be
comparing
honest.
niceness between the Canadians, eh?
All right, yeah. But I mean, Harris, like he's not like the typical nice Canadian, I think. He's very spicy.
That guy's such a dick, man. Like I sorry. No, I'm kidding. No, Hair is awesome. He's super nice.
uh
I'll be meeting him soon, so
yeah, you'll
that's
be
cool.
beating him soon. Oh
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah,
Team Hera
nice.
though, but
Are you?
since you're on,
Oh, yeah, that's
I'll
right.
since you're on, I'll support you right here, right now.
But okay, if I beat him,
Yeah.
here's the deal. You have to
Yeah.
become Slam fan, like
A
number one.
slammer from
A slammer jammer, man.
oh man, I don't know. I don't know. We'll
What?
see. We'll see.
I
We'll
just beat
see.
Hera, man. How could you
Yeah,
not?
yeah, well, I mean
All right, that's
it's
fine.
deeper than that. It's like a connection between a fan and a
Deeper
streamer,
than
it's
that.
it's deeper. It's even
Wow.
deeper than a connection between me and my barber. And that is a deep connection.
Between you and who?
And my barber. My barber, you gotta.
Oh, your bar. I think you said
Yeah, yeah. That
Papa.
the
Papa. I'm
accent,
like,
the
what?
accent. Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I can't say I'm too close to the person that cuts my hair.
Okay. Anyway, we're just memeing it. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. What do you have? Any other thoughts on Twitch before we move on to AOE opinions?
Mm, nothing that comes to mind. No.
You know what? Let me ask. Who are your favorite mods
For what? My
for
channel?
Twitch? Yeah, I know. Some streamers they
Mods?
have like mods that
No, you can't
they're
do
very
this to
tight with.
me. They're all
Yeah,
great. They're all
I mean, I know they're all great. But who are the
yeah.
favorites? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. I know.
I don't know, man. No, I'll come
Okay,
back to
it's
that
fine.
one
It's fine. It's fine.
next year.
And like, at what point did you start to like generate, sort of like when you first recognize, like, oh, I have like a real following here? Was there like any point that you could remember that was starting to happen for you?
Mm, Probably right around that end of March, beginning of the quarantine. That's sort of when my viewership finally like spiked big time, because I always used to be like 2015 to 2018 or 20. I don't know when. I'm just
Right.
making up numbers right now. It was always like between 100 viewers, 150, which is great. Which is it's
Of
great,
course.
but it wasn't until the beginning of the quarantine where it spiked over like, I don't know, 500, then to a
Okay, nice.
thousand.
Oh, wow.
So um, yeah, so yeah, it was then 2020 March something something, Cheerios, all the good stuff, you know.
Yeah. And every 5 minutes, somebody's coming into the chat and like, oh my God, that's Slam's face. Yeah. You know what?
I know I'm hiding from my own channel from the using a webcam.
I'm gonna edit my stream description. Interview with Slam. Yes, that is his face. So everybody
This
will
is
know.
sort of like a nice segue into this Red Bull. You know, when you ask this is part of the reason why I jumped on this. I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
Oh, because you're awesome too, right?
Of
But
course.
also, I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is a good time to break in the cam, since there's going to be a lot of
Okay.
stuff. Well, because Red Bull's coming up, right?
Yeah.
So,
You're gonna have a lot of
um,
FaceTime.
and I'm like, if there's anybody I should deal with, it should be Franco. I call you Franco all the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's nice. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that this interview will have some kind of utility for you. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm
yeah,
glad to hear
hopefully,
that.
yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Okay, and so are you a full-time streamer? Do you do this full time? Do you play and
I'd
stream
say
full
it's
time?
I'd say it's part time.
Okay,
Um,
so
just judge. I mean, last 2 months I haven't been as crazy into streaming,
all right.
but yeah, part time. Short answer is part
Okay.
time. Yeah.
All right. Do you plan to go full time with it?
I think I go through phases. Like, I know during the quarantine, I was streaming. You know, I hit like 160 hours at one point for a month, um, which is pretty decent. And I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen over the next while. I mean, I think I'll be streaming more than I am streaming now. Like, I'm not streaming too much right now. So the whole part time versus full time thing has always been a hard thing for me to answer, because I
Okay.
don't even know what full time is consider. I guess full time means like this is all you're doing, but like
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm doing something else on the side as well. So yeah,
I guess it's more like intention, like, because not everybody doing it full time is succeeding. It's more like, are you
yeah.
intending to be putting all your
Oh,
chips,
intending.
most
Yeah.
of your chips into this basket?
Mm, I think I'll always keep it at kind of half and half, of course. So with what
Okay.
the other thing that I'm doing in this, just to be safe. But there'll be periods where I'll probably stream like crazy for 2 months,
Right.
and then I'll taper off a little bit. So
Yeah, okay. I sort of want to get into just your thoughts and feelings on Age of Empires as like a franchise now. So no, I don't worry, that's a question. Yeah, so how do you feel generally about the balance of the game, the state of the game, if you will?
um, I think it's gotten better over the last while. There'll be like a few imbalances here and there, but overall, the fact that I can't really pick a favorite civ anymore, that's probably a good thing, because it just means there's
Okay.
a lot. It's more about kind of what civs are up against other civs and stuff. So um, I think it's going pretty good balance wise. There might be a few things like the new Civ Bohemians. There might be a few things that could be
Right.
off. I don't know anything about the new civs, but overall, um, I don't think it's too bad.
Okay, well that's certainly um good. How do you feel about like new civs in general? Are you pro new civs, or do you think we got enough? Keep it where it is.
Mm, I don't mind there being new civs, because it's just something interesting to look forward to streaming wise. I'm totally fine with it. Um, as Pseudo knows, I already know all the other civs like textbook. So I'm getting kind of bored over here. Like, I want to learn some new civs, right? So because these ones are just too easy, right? So
Right,
yeah,
right,
I'm
right.
totally for it.
Okay, how many new civs can we add to the game though before it reaches Slam's like limit? Do we get to 50 civs? Can we get to
What are we
50?
at now? I don't even know where we're at
I
now.
think we're at like what, 39?
39?
I think it's 39.
50? Yeah, sure, 50.
70?
Maybe not. Maybe
Get
I
to
don't know.
70?
Maybe that's too many.
Okay. Because
Maybe
I
50 or
came,
so.
I did like 9 years of League of Legends, right? And there's like 150 characters in that game. So you give me
Yeah,
100 civs in AoE, I'm ready, you know. But I guess you're
that's
not.
crazy, man. I think that's too much. That's too much.
Do we even have enough countries to add in 100? I think we'd have exhausted the world back then, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
true, true.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a league guy. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
No, well, I wouldn't say I'm a leak. Let's not put it like that.
Okay,
That's
okay,
like
okay.
a
All right.
negative stereotype. Yeah, I don't want to be associated with that.
Ooh,
Anyway,
okay, all right.
so Age of Empires 4 is coming up soon. Do you plan
Yeah.
to do you what did you were you involved in the alpha? Did you get to do any alpha testing?
No, there was probably a
Oh
moment where
man.
maybe I could have looked into that, but I don't know.
They
I was
didn't invite
probably
Slam?
I don't know if it was an invitation. Yeah, yeah, probably not. They probably didn't invite me, I guess. I
Oh
know there
no.
was one of them you could sign up for, like maybe the beta or something. I don't
They
know.
had a beta from last month. But so we had the beta last
Oh,
month.
oh, oh,
We had the
yeah, yeah.
alpha like 2 years
I'm
ago.
just I'm out of it. Yeah, I was a part of one
Are you at
section
the
of that. Yeah,
alpha? Okay, okay.
the alpha. Yeah, yeah, I was.
Um, so without breaking the ND and ending up in court, how was that experience for you? Like,
It was interesting because well, it was so early into the game that it just was at a point where I feel like there wasn't enough for me to do yet, so I couldn't really give like an opinion. It was too early. At least the portion in which I played or tested. But it was cool. It was cool, but there wasn't really a lot to do yet, so I can't. There's not
okay,
really too
okay,
much to
yeah,
say.
it's fine, it's fine. Did you play in the beta from last month? Did you bother to?
No, no, I didn't bother. Did
Oh
you?
no. Yeah, I didn't even play AoE when the beta was
What?
out. I was just like, I
Oh
was AoE 4 on
man,
every single day, man.
you're jumping on it, man. You're doing all this,
Yeah.
playing the beta. You're
Listen, I
interviewing
got no
so many
loyalty.
players.
I'm not. I got no loyalty, man. I just jump from game to game whenever. It's like that. To the highest bidder is Gwen Franco.
No, don't say that. We might. That means we could lose you.
No, well,
You're
I
just
mean, I don't know. Age of Empires is a great game. So I don't know if
okay.
I'll
All right.
switch
All right.
games, but
Yeah.
are you excited to play Age of Empires 4 when it comes out? I mean, you didn't even play the beta, so maybe you're not really.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I am. I am. We'll
I
see what
don't.
happens.
I feel like I don't believe you.
Well, I think the
That was
first couple, I don't know what to say. I am because it's gonna be a new game, but
right.
I'm just a little bit, I don't know the right word, not stressed, but I just don't know how it's gonna like turn out for the competitive
Okay,
scene. I don't know if
okay.
it's gonna divide. Like, I just don't want it to ruin. Like the way AOE's going right now, tournament wise, and how it's growing, has been great. I just hope it doesn't
Right.
cause any sort of issue there. So,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
So if an like would you trade like a slightly bigger Twitch career playing Age of Empires 4 or a stable as it is now AoE 2 career? So I get the trade is a bit more money or like you continue playing AoE 2 and you have a good time.
Am I enjoying the AOE 4 though?
Not as
What
much as AoE 2.
spec?
You're not enjoying it as much. It's not bad, but you are a bit underwhelmed, if you're being honest.
I Yeah, I think I would stick with
Stick with
AOE
AoE 2.
too.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're a man of
yeah.
virtue and values.
I got to keep my sanity, man.
Yeah, unlike
If
me, I'll just
yeah, if
go
I start
wherever.
playing something for too long, that's not, yeah, I'll go insane. So,
Okay, okay. All right. Well, that's pretty interesting. But I think AoE4 it should be good overall for the community. I think
yeah,
people are afraid that it'll kill AoE2, but I think it might just actually bring in more people. We just have more people playing AoE4 and AoE2. And if it's
I hope
similar
so.
enough, we could all just do both. And hey,
Yeah,
I'd love
I
that.
hope so. I hope so.
We'll see. Will you be playing day one though? AoE4?
Be playing what?
Will you be playing AoE4 day one?
Yeah, probably. I'll probably jump on that hype train. I'm sure there'll be like hundreds of people streaming it, and I guess I'll be right in there with them. So,
All right,
but it
nice.
should be fun because it'll be a new game, and yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, excellent. And did you ever play any of like AoE 3?
a little bit, but I didn't really
A
get
little
into
bit.
that
Right.
at all.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Probably like twice or something. That was such a long time ago too, right?
Yeah, I mean that's everybody's
Like,
story I've spoken to so far. Like, yeah, I tried it out and I didn't like it, so I just went back to AoE 2. Do you think that'll be the fate of AoE 4? Like, what's your give us your your guess? Everybody we're allowed a guess. What's your guess? You think that'll be the fate of AoE 4?
wait, what do you mean? The
Like, will
fate?
AoE 4 go the same way as AoE 3? People play it for a bit, then it's like, well, this isn't that
Oh,
good. Then they go back to AoE 2.
that's my fear. That's my fear. Um, because obviously that happened with AoE 3. AoE 4 might be, it's probably going to be a lot more different than AoE 2. So, uh, I'm going to
Uh,
lean towards that it will,
oh.
but I hope it doesn't. But I hope it doesn't.
Okay, okay. You don't gotta be nice, man. That's because you're Canadian. Let's say you want the
That's
game to
exactly how.
fail. Let's say I want the game to fail. I just want AoE 2 forever.
No, it's not that I
That'd be
want it to fail.
that.
I may really
I'm
enjoy it,
just playing
but
with you, Sam. Don't worry. I'm just
uh,
playing with you. Okay. Did you ever get into that match?
no, I played it a couple
Okay.
times, but I don't know how they do it. It's too like you play one game of deathmatch and you feel like you've I don't know, like your eyes have already been blown out and your fingers are already like cramping up or whatever. I don't know how they do it, so I never
Oh,
got into it.
okay.
It's sort of like playing RM with the longest game ever, or not longest game ever, but when you hit post imperial and things are going
And
crazy,
it's yeah,
and then you
like
do that like every game in deathmatch. So
yeah, so instead of like 20 minutes of late imp RM, it's like 60 minutes of late imp RM right through.
it's
Yeah, I
crazy,
know it.
man. I
I
don't
know
know
what
what
you
they're
mean.
on,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, okay. And okay, so back to like sort of like balance stuff. How do you feel about the wall meta? And I'll guess on open maps, Arabia, most popular map. Are you a waller boy? You think it's great? Let's make this mini arena, or you're like you want to see that?
I'd rather it be like not wallable and back like to the old days where you'd be playing Huns and doing Scout Wars and all that stuff.
Right.
But I don't prefer it, but I feel like I sold my soul into it about a year and a half ago, and now I don't know, man. I'm just a part of it now, so I don't see anything else. That's all it's been. I don't even remember if there was like I don't know, man. It's been too long. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I've just grown into it now.
Okay, okay. So you don't really mind per se.
Not anymore, man. They ruined me. They wrecked me.
And
They drilled it into me. I'm numb now to it.
how do you feel about like laming?
Mm, it's annoying when someone lames you.
Yes, I
Um,
agree. I
uh,
feel a butt coming on, yeah.
I don't lame unless it's a tournament game,
Right,
just because um, if I win that game after a lame, it doesn't really feel like that much. Doesn't really feel like a great win.
right.
Just feels like I took an advantage in feudal age or whatever. So winning doesn't feel as great. In fact, it almost feels better being lamed and then winning that game.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for sure.
so how do I feel about it? Not too much. It's annoying when it happens to you, and but it's part of the game. And tournament games, it makes a whole lot more sense
Right, right.
to do it.
Okay, okay. But what if you had your way, would you reduce laming, like, adjust the game mechanics so you could actually reduce it a bit? Or would you say, I'm okay, just as it is, I'll keep it.
Um, I think it might be okay. It's just there's a bit of a risk involved when you go to lane two, so it
Right,
doesn't always work out. I think as long as deer RNG is still pretty good, like it's closer,
right.
um, you can kind of make up for that lane too.
Okay.
So, and I think it is now too. So I don't really think it's the end of the world right now. Uh, yeah.
All right.
The only person that like it really sucks when you're lamed from is I know you always hear MBL, but when Huang lames, that sucks because you know what's coming next, and when you can't get like you can't match his castle age time,
Uh,
um, You could because it's the lame, and then you know what's coming next. So that combination just makes the lame feel like you just want to
Oh
put
man.
your head right through the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that answer by the way. But by the way, that was the wrong answer by the way, Slam. Like this is
Oh,
a
it was?
strict no laming channel. The Juan Franco streams, we are 100% anti-lame. We do not lame on the channel, but I'll let it slide
Oh,
this time. I'll let it slide this
okay.
time. Don't worry, don't worry. I won't hold
All
it
right.
again. Yeah, don't worry. And I kind of want to know like who are your AoE friends? You know, who are the the people in the community that you have fun with and spend some of your time with.
The number one dude, which doesn't play the game anymore, would be Hassan. He was probably before your time when you joined
Yeah,
AOE,
definitely.
but I miss that guy, and I wish he
Okay.
would come back more often. He'd be the guy that, yeah, I think I developed like an actual, like solid friendship with over the
Right.
internet, which is crazy.
You,
Um, what's that?
oh, you go on. I'm listening.
Um, and then who else? I don't know. I think a lot of the old Tyrant members, and then also the GL clan as
Right.
well. Might not be as close as all of them, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it seems about.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
ACCM, yeah,
Well, I mean, you're
probably
not gonna
ACCM.
remember everyone. Sometimes we not gonna remember every single name to call out. But yeah, I mean,
True.
I've spoken to other people, and they talk very highly of you. So I know you're good
Oh,
company. Yeah, yeah, of course. You were in the fire interview. Don't pretend you don't know.
yeah,
You
that's
were
true.
right
I was
there.
there. Yeah, Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fire always talks so highly of me. Highly of me. I love it. Thank you, Fire.
And so Hassan, was he a pro player as well? Or was he a filthy
He
casual
was
like
up
me?
there.
Okay,
No,
nice, nice.
at his best. Like he was taking games from Doubt during times, and
Oh,
like
look at
playing
that.
2v2s. Yeah, he was really up there. I mean, he didn't really participate in too many tourneys. I don't think.
All right.
He crushed rated games, and like when he was on his game, like he just almost killed anyone. But um, he didn't really do that too much in tournaments. But
Yeah. Why do you
yeah, he
leave?
was really good.
Why do you...
Just life. Yeah, I think
Okay,
he got
okay,
married,
of course.
and he
Oh,
picked
yeah.
up a job, and
Yeah.
well, I mean, he picked up like it just yeah, all that busy
Yeah, we
stuff.
know
So
what it is. Yeah, yeah. Life always gets in the way of gaming. It's so
I
annoying,
know,
right?
man.
Man.
I know it's crazy.
Yeah, well, Hassan, if you're hearing this, if you're out there, we want you back, man. The AOE
We want you
community
back,
want you
man.
back. Yeah,
Get your butt back here, buddy.
yeah. All right. Do you guys still talk though? You still talk now and
Yeah,
again?
yeah. He still sends a message every now and then. He was gone
Okay.
for like 6, 7 years, and he showed
Oh
back up
wow.
about like 4 months, 4 or 5 months ago. So
Okay,
yeah,
well that's
and
nice.
then we reconnected. Yeah.
I'm very happy for you. And okay, so I think now I wanna get into a bit of trivia here.
Ooh.
Um what's what's slam? Where do you get a name from? What's that name about?
I played AOE with my dad. I think back in like 2008 or something,
Right.
and then he made the name Slam. And then he
Oh,
stopped
okay.
playing, and then I just took it over because it was lower rated, and I smurfed on it a little bit, and then I just kept using the name all
Right, right.
day, every night. Yeah,
So it's like a family lineage then, passed on from father to son.
yeah. He asks
Okay,
me every
nice.
now and then. He says, well, he calls me by my real name, and he's like, Chris, how's Slam doing? And I'm like, it's going pretty well since you were last using it. So yeah, it's just this
So
inside joke. Yeah.
if you have your own little slammer, they'll also be a slam.
If I had my own little Slam,
If you have your own little slammer, yes, they'll also be a slam.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay.
absolutely.
Oh man, well,
Wait. Like if I had a kid, is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, okay, yeah. Then I would pass the name down, of course. Yeah,
You'd put the
little.
the sword up and you'd be like, son or daughter, I hereby coronate you. Slam! You wouldn't actually chop them, but you know what I mean. You do
Yeah,
something,
totally. Yeah,
knight them.
yeah. I'd definitely pass it down, man.
Okay, very awesome, very awesome. All right. Well, your symbol is just the word slam. It's kind of lame, by the way, so it's fine.
What?
Well, the next
What's
question
lame?
is tell me about your symbol, but it's just the name slam, so it's nothing.
Oh,
None
like
to talk
on
about.
Discord, on
Yeah, it's
Discord.
just slam, so it's
Yeah,
whatever.
it's just lame.
Yeah,
Just
couldn't
slam.
put any effort into the symbol at all, you know.
Oh, how could you say that, man? Kucher, which is someone I think he's a mod on my channel. I don't
Alright.
know. He made that for me, man.
Okay,
He
so
made
I'm
a lot of
actually
my
being
emotes.
rude.
So
Okay,
he's
I'm sorry.
yeah, he's probably crying right now, but
I'm
he's
sorry,
probably not in
creature.
here, so
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. All right. And for some, I
lame. Just I'm gonna walk away. That's what's gonna stick with me. Discord. Yeah.
listen. I'm not
Lame. Yeah.
afraid. Listen. I'm not afraid to go hard as an interview. Okay, I tell it. I say it as it is.
Yeah, dude, yeah,
You know.
drill me, man. Yeah.
Okay. The next question I have here, I should probably take this off like PC setup. Like I don't know who cares what your PC setup. It's Age of Empires 2. You're probably playing like a laptop from 1999 or something. Do you have
Right
a good
now?
setup? Yeah, you probably have like.
No,
Oh
I
yeah.
got a whole desktop setup and
Okay.
everything.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a
man.
desktop setup. Wow. PC gamer with a
Yeah.
desktop. Something.
Yeah, not a
Is
laptop, not like Belgium, right? Like Belgium, I think his laptop. Guy's crazy, man.
yeah.
How does he
I
even
know,
do that?
right?
Are
I
you
get
on
it.
laptop? You're not on laptop, are
I'm
you?
not on laptop, no. It's so
Thank
hard though.
goodness,
You ever
man.
played on a laptop?
Yeah, I have. It's so
It's
hard.
yeah, it's
I don't know how
ridiculous.
Project Belgium's got as far as he's gotten on this game with laptop. He just needs to upgrade and guarantee you, like
You know, it's like Rock Lee from Naruto. Like if he ever gets a desktop, he just like drop the weight, just like
I
destroy
don't know the
you.
reference, but
You don't know Naruto? You never watched Naruto?
oh, I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard.
Get off
Is
my
he the guy
stream. Oh my
is he
god.
the guy with the running like this?
Yeah, he got they all run okay. So
Oh,
there's
dude.
a alright, so very quickly, there's a character in Naruto called Rock Lee, right?
Okay.
And he was in a very cool fight. And he was like
Okay.
keeping and he's like the underdog. He was keeping toe to toe with a guy, and he was doing then he got like set back a bit, like the guy get and then he got set back. Then he just like took some weight off his feet and like he dropped it. So it turned out like he was actually playing on like, like 40%. He's pulling himself back.
Really?
He took off the weight and then he just started like destroying the other guy. So it's sort of like that
Like
with Project Belgium.
yeah, it reminds me of Dragon Ball Z. Did you ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, yeah. I see
With
some
with
PPC.
Frieza, and like Frieza was like, "Oh, I'm only using like 1% of my power." And then you're
it,
like, "What?
it's
But
exactly
Frieza seems
that.
so strong."
It's
Yeah,
exactly
that
that.
is
It's
Belgium,
exactly
man.
that.
He's probably at like 10%.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that makes
Oh
me
man.
mad. Belgium, if you're in here, dude, you upgrade your computer right now, okay? There's gonna be some consequences if not.
Okay, great, great, great. That's
Sorry,
awesome.
okay. Okay, back to the interview.
Yeah. Hold on. Just gonna take a little note there. All right, great. Well, okay, that's all my trivia questions. I kind of get more trivia questions. Do
What?
you have any suggestions? I don't know, like what kind of trivia is cool to ask? I don't know.
I was watching a bit of Kapach's interview, and you're
Yeah.
asking him like all these crazy ones, like who would you win in a fight or something
No, no,
versus
you don't.
whatever.
We get to that. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, okay,
That's
that's not trivia.
we get to that. We get to that.
All
Don't you
right,
worry
all
about
right.
that. Don't worry
Scared
about
of that
that.
part actually.
Yeah, yeah, no, nothing to be afraid of. All right. Okay. So, now I sort of want to get into something a bit more serious here, if you don't mind.
Ooh,
Toxicity. Like, have you ever experienced any toxicity in like the AOE2 community on Twitch? I know for some people, they've had to battle through that. What's been your experience?
I don't know, man. I haven't. I mean, there's this one guy. I don't know if you heard his name starts with like a P. Pseudo. Have you heard of Pseudo before?
I have no idea who that. You keep telling his name, but I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, he's just some guy in my chat that he's just after me, man. Like
I don't know if
he's
you're
just he
being.
want
I don't know if you're memeing here. If you're actually being serious, so you have to
no,
clarify.
there's definitely some truth to it. This guy, I don't know how to explain it, man. He just doesn't want me to sleep at night. That's his goal.
Wow. Okay, okay. So you have like one toxic person then. Why haven't you banned him from the chat?
I have once for like 2 months I banned him. I left it silent. I didn't tell anyone. Then for like 2 months people were like, "Slam, where's Pseudo been?" And of course everyone loves Pseudo in my chat, right?
Wait, is he a
So
sub? He's a sub too?
Yeah, he's a sub. Okay,
Oh
so it
my
is a bit of
god.
there is a bit of a meme involved, but sometimes that guy, yeah, I don't know, he's got to go, right? So I took him out, took that guy out for 2 months. I was sleeping a lot better. Holy smokes, man! Like I was feeling healthy for 2 months, and like life was going really great. And then this empathy side came out of me. Ugh, I can't stand that side. And I unbanned the guy, and then I was waiting to see how long I didn't tell him that he was unbanned.
Right, right.
So I wanted to see how long it would take, but he was back in like 3-4 days or something.
Ah,
And then he was just back to his. Yeah, I think he toned it down a little, but
and you spent like two
yeah,
thousand dollars in bits.
it's messed up, isn't it?
You have like you have the best trolls then. If they're like funding your career at the same time while they're trolling. You
yeah,
know,
it's come at a lot of insults, that's for sure.
the
Yeah,
rest of us
they're
just we just get shitty treatment, and then they don't ever help us out in any way
yeah,
whatsoever.
you're right. I get paid for it. That's true, but
It's
it got
kind of
to
like
me after a
prostitution then.
while.
It's kind of like prostitution then.
Whoa, no, no, no,
It's
no,
kind
no.
of a little
This
bit,
is
you know,
much no.
a little bit.
These are just insult. I mean, okay,
Okay,
you're right.
okay.
Yeah, actually, maybe insults are pretty nasty, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially from
yeah.
that pseudo guy. So,
It's sort of like
but
a
you're right though.
masochistic thing.
I'm like this isn't doesn't seem right. I gotta ban him. There's something about this that
Right.
doesn't seem right. And then I brought him back, and now he
Okay.
just insults in chat, and he doesn't get
Wow.
bits for it. This guy.
Okay, so and that video only experience with like toxicity and AoE. It can be everybody else. You've been here for like 20
Okay.
years. There's
Uh,
no way.
I'm sure there's been something. I can't think of anything though, man. Like I do know one time. No, no. I mean, you get your occasional toxic people that
Right,
will
of
come
course.
by and whatever.
But nothing
Um,
long lasting in your memory.
I
Nothing
usually
that
try and stay out of all this stuff. Like I try
okay.
and like I know
Yeah,
AoE zone can be a little toxic
yeah. I
sometimes, and
never
I
see you
try
on the
not to
drama
go on there.
posts.
On a what post?
I never see you on any of the drama posts on AoE Zone.
I know, man. I'm doing a good job.
Yeah. When I
I'm staying clean, man.
when I'm on a drama post, the first thing that pops into my mind is where's Slam?
Why? Why? Like, where
I
am
know
I
it's not.
commenting
It's
or?
not. And like this drama post would be so much better if Slam was on here. That's all I'm thinking. The whole time.
I think maybe I came up somewhere. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay.
Ah, okay.
So I just joined Tyrant. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and thought I was this big boss dude now, right? Like I came with this energy, like, well, I'm in a clan, Tyrant or whatever. Let's play good. If I
Yeah, of
losing during that time felt worse because I was like,
course.
I shouldn't lose, man. I just joined Tyrant, and I was playing a game against a Chinese player named Yinghua or whatever. I
Right.
was on the second game against him, and he was really laggy. Like he was lagging the game like crazy. So I said some things during the game towards him because of the lag that were not very nice, and that's really I mean, I don't do this very often. Um, yeah, I won't say what I said, but it wasn't.
It's
And the
fine.
next thing, there was a post made about it. There's someone at the
Oh, right,
time.
right.
There was someone at the time. I won't mention the name either. That because I was sort of associated with Hassan at the time,
Yeah.
and they didn't like Hassan. I don't. There
Oh
was
no.
something weird going on that they were very eager to make a drama post on
Right,
this.
right.
So of course someone posted this, and then I got the sponsor contacted me or someone underneath the
Oh
sponsor,
no.
and they're like, "Hey, you can't be using that type of language." And I'm
Right.
like, I know I can't. I know I can't. This was just a big mess up, and like I just joined Tyrant, and here I am mouthing off, like I'm saying, like going crazy on this Chinese player. Like it looked
Right,
really
right.
bad.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess you would have been
that's all.
pretty young then, like what, like early 20s at that time?
Oh, really young. Yeah, like
Right.
12. So yeah, I'm like 12-year-olds like really immature ages ago. So a lot of
Yeah.
maturing during that time. Um, no, probably
It's
closer to the age you mentioned, like
yeah,
20,
it's
21 or
pretty
something.
interesting. I think like every AoE 2 person like around between like 18 to 21, they do something dumb and end up on AoE zone. It's like so
Yeah,
consistent.
and
When
And what I did wasn't even that. You're right. You're right. And that was my dumb thing. And boy,
Right,
did this that
right.
actually it actually looks kind of good now. If that was my dumb thing, right? Other
Yeah.
people are setting like houses on fire. Here I am. I say a few curse words or something
Right,
that
right,
wasn't
right.
very nice to a Chinese player. He probably didn't even know what I said. Um,
Okay, well, it's fine. We live and we learn. We can move on from it. Yeah, so I mean, next I'm supposed to ask you about controversies. I guess that was a controversy. So since then, has there been anything else that you've been embroiled in or been a part of that's been controversial in AOE, on
well,
Twitch?
boy, man, you're really digging these things up
Yeah.
now. I
Yeah.
buried all these things. Now they're slowly coming up.
Yeah, we go deep
Dude,
on
Franco,
the Guan
man, this is
interviews.
like this isn't okay.
This is
Man, there was one time where I played a tourney game with Nikov,
right.
and this one's not even that bad, but I just started like I was chatting with him in capital letters at the end, like Palas should win against Halbs. This is stupid because of something something, and then I don't even know why I'm mentioning this one. This didn't lead to anything, but then
Right.
people were thought I was like being really inappropriate for a
Okay,
tourney
okay.
game. But meanwhile, Nikov and I had been training at the time, and that's just how I bantered with him. For some reason, my
Right.
mind was stuck in this idea that it was just we are still talking like we normally did. So I said all this stuff, um, and then yeah, it didn't look that good. But man, I can't. I mean, this is. I guess if this is the worst, it's not too bad, hey.
Yeah, that's not so bad. I mean, you've been here for like 20 years. I mean, nobody can be spotless. We all make mistakes. So, that's pretty good. It just
Okay,
goes to show that
I'm a
you've had,
saint, man.
yeah, generally, well, not a saint. You have some stains there. That's not go so far, but it's a good model. So you keep it up. All
Thanks.
right, and so before we get into family and hobbies and interests, I do like to find out a bit about, if you're active politically and you have anything to say, about politics and the world around us, you could feel free to share, you know.
I kind of stay out of a lot of that as well.
All right.
I don't really have too much to say.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I got nothing for you there, man.
That's fine, it's perfectly okay, my friend. Yeah, so we're about to get into my favorite part of the interview, which is the families and hobbies and interests, where we get to pair the man behind the webcam, Slam off an IRL. So tell me, Slam, when you're not playing Age of Empires, like what are you doing?
I I'm just crushing pineapple, man. I'm
Crushing
eating
pineapple.
pineapple.
Like a
I'm
sexual
crushing it. I'm
reference? I
drinking
don't
it.
know.
No, I'm just crushing it with my hands and I'm
Uh,
drinking it.
okay.
No, people decide we always talk about pineapple on my stream, but what am I actually doing? I play volleyball, but that's been
Oh,
closed down because of
oh,
COVID. So now I've
right,
been going
right.
for bike rides. I used to weight train. I've stopped that about a year
Well,
and a half
nice,
ago.
nice.
So that used to be my go-to. So a lot of things have probably like haven't have probably like they've been canceled over the last year and a
Right.
half in a sense. So right now I ride my bike when I can. I drink a lot of coffee. I go for coffee. Um, what else? Yeah, man, I'm just looking forward to volleyball opening back up
Yeah.
again. I missed that. Um,
So you say you train. Are you like swole? A slam swole?
no, not anymore,
Swole
man.
slam? What you used to be.
I'm thin. Well, I had some muscle mass.
Okay,
It
okay.
was up there. It was still pretty
All
lean
right.
though, but now I'm just thin again. So yeah,
Okay, okay. And Martin's telling me you have
bummer.
a girlfriend named Rachel. I'm assuming that's a meme.
That's a meme. Yeah.
Everyone, all you guys do is meme in the Slam Jam
Well,
community, apparently.
there's someone I go for coffee with. Not a girl. It's another close friend, and
All right.
he decided that every once in a while he's just gonna plug in a girl name in my chat because I told him not to do that because as soon as he plugs in a name, people instantly it explodes after that and it's game over, right? So
All
he
right.
starts laughing his head off, and I could just tell from the look on his face that he's gonna try and do that. And so he mentioned the name Rachel. I don't know
Oh, is
where he
that
came.
him?
Well,
Is
Yeah, I
this?
think he's the one
Oh,
that
okay.
mentioned Rachel in chat.
Martin
It's sort of like
Magnac
a
and
made
everyone.
up name or something. I don't know.
Okay, okay.
And then someone makes a nickname Rachel. 69 420, of course. 69 420, of course, at the end, right?
Ah!
So I asked him the next day, I'm like, did you make this name? He's like, no, I didn't make this name. I'm like, okay, well, you definitely started something then.
Once a meme's begun, that's pretty much it. It's a meme for life, yeah. So you
And I
gotta
knew
be
it wasn't
careful with
him.
memes, right?
He doesn't suit the type of person that would make the name 69 420 at the end. So I knew it wasn't him, but I just asked him just to make sure. So
Today I got my first meme, actually. I'm pretty proud.
you got a meme? Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go.
somebody made a Franco Guan account. So I got a meme in
Oh,
my midst. It's my first meme. So I'm pretty
yes,
proud.
yes, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
once it
Okay.
starts, it doesn't stop, man.
Oh no, don't say that. All right, so volleyball. How do you get into volleyball?
My brother started playing it, and then he invited me out to like a drop-in volleyball thing about it's like 8 years ago, and it kind of suited with what I was currently doing. Like I was in a track and field at the time, and
Right.
I loved the idea of like vertical jump and trying to dunk a
Okay.
basket, like anything to do explosive and like that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
volleyball just suited me perfectly. So I started playing it, and then I just fell in love with it. And then I started joining like league teams and stuff. And then I would play like once a week for a league, and then I do drop in like 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, I went.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I went to town. I went to town
Have
on it.
you ever like played professionally? Been a tournament or
No,
something?
I haven't been that
Just
good.
just casual.
I've gotten decent at volleyball, but no, not good enough.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
sort of like there would be a potential that if I was back in university that maybe I'd be able to play on a university team type
Okay.
thing. So, but I never got that good. So
Pretty interesting. Um, all right. So you're a big sports guy then, would you say?
yeah, yeah. Oh, I played a lot of soccer, but I know people are gonna freak out because I say soccer. It's
Oh
football,
no.
whatever.
You're Canadian, you're
But
not even from the US.
I know, but people like pass out when they hear soccer. They get all dizzy and they're like offended and
Oh
stuff. So
man.
anyways, I played soccer for like 10 years or whatever. I can't
Oh,
say I got as good at that as volleyball. My soccer was really fast running, but my control with the ball was
right.
like
Yeah,
my control with the ball was pretty bad.
I think you see in the
See, look at
chats,
Martin,
they're
man. Martin's
pretty.
freaking out, man.
Yeah, as he should be. Oh, and Jade asked, is it court or beach volleyball that you play?
Court.
Okay, okay. So that's well, it's not on the beach, obviously. Okay, I don't think
It's
I've ever
what? Not
seen.
what?
I don't think I've ever seen court volleyball.
What? Really? I'm like the
Oh
opposite. I'm like
wait,
I never
no.
see. Oh yeah, where you are, man. There's probably like sunshine and
Well, yeah. Oh,
beaches everywhere,
but
right?
interestingly, volleyball is not really big down here. We do have beaches like around the whole country, right? But it's not a
Yeah.
big sport down here. But yeah, I think I've seen court volleyball. I don't know why I said that. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
So, are you like outdoorsy? Are you big into the outdoors?
no, not so much. Like I'll pretend I'll be like, yeah, I go hiking, but I'll probably go hiking like
Oh,
once a year or twice a year, which is really not that much.
that's more than me.
Maybe. But I'll tell people, oh yeah, I go hiking. Of course I do. Everyone says it, right? Oh yeah, I go hiking.
I haven't been on a
And
hike in like 8 years, so we
oh
don't want
really?
to say
Oh
that.
nice.
Maybe 8 years. Well, don't say
Is there is
nice.
there is there hiking places where you are? Like is there mountains
Yeah,
and
but
stuff?
it's the Caribbean. There's a lot of like every way you look is you could hike.
See, where I am, there should be no excuse. There's like it's called beautiful British Columbia where I live,
Right.
right? So there's mountains and everything here. So like if there's anyone who should be hiking, it should probably be
Yeah.
me, I
No,
guess.
I got no excuse
Uh,
either. I live next to a mountain range. You know.
really?
Yeah, I live. Actually, I used to live like on a mountain range. So,
Wow.
but and I'm just not a hike guy. It's just like, yeah,
Well, I'm with you. I mean, when I'm out there and I'm doing it, I enjoy it. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Do you have any other specific hobbies that you didn't mention?
Mm, I bought a piano. I'm trying to learn
Oh,
piano. Yeah. Well, I'm not actually trying to learn it the proper way. I just learn songs and then I just play them. I don't know if that
okay,
makes
just
any sense.
jamming.
So I can't read notes. I
Uh,
would I love I mean I wish I could, but maybe it just takes a long time. But yeah, I bought a piano, kind of fiddle around with that. Um, I don't. I think that's everything. Yeah.
okay, okay. So you're gonna be like survivalist, you know? I don't know if you've ever seen a stream.
Who? Viper?
Survivalist. He's like
Oh,
a
sir. Yeah,
2000.
Oh yeah, he's like an actual piano player. Like he's. I saw. I've listened to a couple of his things that he's played, and yeah, he's amazing.
Okay,
So,
okay.
are you a Zelda fan? Did you like Zelda?
Zelda, I played it, and I never finished any of the games, but I played, I tried it out. You a
Oh,
big
okay.
Zelda fan?
Well, there's a lot of songs on Zelda that I loved as a kid, like Zelda 64, and those are the ones that I'm trying to
Right,
learn
right,
on
right.
piano. So yeah, that's all.
Very interesting. Okay, and what's the cuisine like where you're from? No, the foods. What sort of foods are there over there?
I don't even know what to say. It's just I don't know, food. I guess there's nothing special. We have everything here. Um, I don't eat Chinese food, but I've heard that maybe Chinese food isn't as good here. But we have good Indian food. Then we have
Okay,
everything.
nice.
I don't even know what to say. Just everything. Um,
Tim Hortons. Yeah, the Tim
yeah.
Hortons.
Okay. Yeah. Tim Hortons.
I've had Tim Hortons, by
What?
the way.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah,
like it? Where did you
yeah,
have
it
it?
was all right. I was I got family in Toronto. Big surprise, right? Yeah, so I was in
Oh.
Toronto like 2009. I came for like a month or two. So
Yeah.
of course, I've been to the
That's a
Tim
while.
Hortons.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I'm a few years younger than you. But I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
That's
like
good.
what 18 at the time. I came over to Canada. It was pretty good. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm also like somewhere between probably 20 to 40% Indian myself. Trinidad,
Oh, really?
yeah, we
Nice.
have
Okay.
a weird racial makeup in Trinidad, like 30% Indian, 30% African, and like 1% of everything else. Um,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So of course, I
You're
have.
already so much more. You're already so much more interested than me, man.
I don't. I'm not the great AoE player yet. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a lot of curry down here as well. Do we have roti up there? You ever had roti? It's curry food.
Rosie? Rosie?
Roti, ROTI. It's like curry in a
ROT.
sort of naan
I don't
wrap.
think so. Well, we
Curry in
have
like a
lots of things
naan
like
wrap.
that. Yeah, I'm sure we do. I'm sure we do.
Alright.
There's some really good Indian places around here. I've had
Yeah,
them a couple
nice, nice,
times, and
nice.
they're like really authentic and stuff. So I'm sure they have it.
What are some of like your personal favorite foods?
um, I can't say I'm like a huge. I used to eat a lot of burgers back in the day, but not anymore. I don't really eat burgers anymore. I like pizza. I like I don't know, salmon, rice, just nothing too crazy. I keep it pretty
Right.
simple around here. Um, mhm, I just really can't think of anything right now. I'm sure there's something that I really do like, but
Pizza, salmon rice, the usuals.
I just can't think of it right now. No, there is something. If I think of it, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, no problem. Um, let's see. And like, well, what sort of places have you visited? Like around the world, Have you been to any other countries?
Uh, I've been to Toronto, which is in Canada, and Quebec, and then I've been to obviously well Mexico, um, Dubai, China. Uh, I think those are probably the top ones there that I can think of.
Has it all been like
Uh,
AoE related?
Mainly AOE related, yeah.
Okay, nice,
I think
nice.
the only one that wasn't AOE related would be probably Mexico and maybe a few places in the States.
Right,
I've
right.
never been to Europe before, so that would be new coming up here. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, if it hasn't been for AoE, a lot of you guys would just be uncultured swines, who never
Oh
went
yeah, man. I'd be
anywhere.
see these walls around me. I wouldn't know what's on the outside of these things, man.
Okay, that's great. Any favorite places you've been to though? Any favorites?
Um. Oh, for travel destination,
Yeah,
where I'm
any
going.
favorites, yeah, that you've been to so far. kind of.
I think Dubai was
Okay.
pretty
I
crazy.
mean, naturally, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and China was awesome too, but I do think
Okay.
Dubai kind of stuck out the most for me.
Okay. Okay. Ah, very nice. Are you looking forward to anywhere? To going anywhere?
No, well, I mean, Germany will be fun to like meet people and
All
stuff,
right.
but I'm like a homebody, man. I just like
Okay.
sticking
Okay.
around at home, and
Oh yeah, I know
I don't
exactly
know.
what you mean. I don't like to travel either.
Yeah, traveling is
It's like
just
a whole big thing,
it
right?
gives me a little bit of anxiety and
Yeah, it's a
stuff.
whole
So
big thing. I don't like it either. I know what
it's
you mean.
definitely out of my comfort zone. I know most my friends or people that I know love traveling. I'm like
Ah,
the opposite. It's just like, but I think what I look forward to is meeting these other players and stuff.
right.
I think that's not so. I mean, the location will be cool, but it's more so just meeting the people and yeah.
Anybody you're looking forward to meeting?
I think all the people that I have never met before, and I think I was looking forward to meeting ACCM, but he's not coming anymore.
Oh,
And I
well.
think Mem will be. I look forward to seeing Mem. I don't know why. I guess
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna be
you know
very fun, yeah.
um and of course all the other players too.
Yeah. And
But
of course, you never met Gwen Franco. You never met Gwen Franco, so
yeah. Wait, but are you
yeah.
going? Are you
No, I'm
going?
not
Like, are
going.
you going somewhere? Oh, okay.
No,
Shoot.
But
Soon.
maybe the next one, who knows? Maybe I get 2K by then. I could come and compete in a
Who knows,
tournament.
man? Do you
Who
hate
knows?
losing? Just like if you hate losing,
I
you're gonna get there,
guess
man.
I must love losing because I'm still 1300, so.
Like you really have to hate it, man. Like you have to like your soul has to hate it. Like if you're going to bed and one of your eyes is
Yeah.
twitching and like you can't sleep because you're thinking of a
It's not that
loss,
bad yet, so okay.
you're in the right spot, man.
Yeah, maybe I don't have the drive then. Okay, but all right. And
Oh,
what
sad.
do you do career-wise outside of AOE?
Um, I used
Huh.
to deliver pizzas, and I
Okay.
stopped doing that. I went from pizzas to streaming and my online gig that I do, which is I just sell stuff, online
Okay.
retail. That's what I
Oh,
do.
nice.
So those
Okay.
two things, that's it. That's all I'm doing right now. Yeah.
Okay. And did you get into any degrees like education-wise? Do you have any formal training in
Yeah.
like
I got
which
a degree in kinesiology.
kinesiology? Ooh, what is that?
It's like the prereq for like if you want to get into physiotherapy, like
Oh,
PE
okay.
teacher, like
Nice.
that kind of stuff. The
Uh,
actual definition of it is like the study of human movement and stuff.
all
So
right.
like if you injure your elbow, like what do
Oh,
you
okay,
do, and
that's nice.
like how do you train someone to be good at this for weight training and just
Right.
everything to do with that. So
Do you plan to get in more into that? Or
no,
you
so I got the degree and I got in a little paper frame, and then in my other room I put it on the wall, right? So if people come over and they see it, and like it looks cool, right?
but
Um,
you don't got the
but
passion
no,
anymore.
that's all I do with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's gone.
okay.
That's it.
I think that's a lot of people's story with the degrees though. So though you're in company there.
That's
And
good.
I'm doing like a side degree myself. And when I finish, I'm not in anything related to like right now. In like my professional career, so it's just gonna be on my wall as well as like, well, yeah, I did it. So it's
Oh,
there.
so you said you have a degree too. Is that what you said?
Now I'm finishing a psych degree at the end of this year.
Oh, a psych degree.
Yeah, but I'm not doing anything
Dude,
in
I have
psych.
so much like I mean, I had respect for you already, but I have even more. Dude, I love
Ah, nice,
people that
nice.
take psych. So like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
But I'm not gonna do
Okay.
anything with it, so you know.
Still, it's still cool. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
I could go if I went back to school, I would take either psychology or
Oh,
business.
nice,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, learning about people and the human mind is pretty interesting. I do still like learning about the field, but I don't think like I have any interest like professionally in going anything hardcore into psychology. Um,
Yeah.
but it's not a Juan Franco interview, so we could
Okay, okay, I'll stop. Yeah.
we'll move away from
Can't
that.
help it.
Yeah. So, what are your we sort of talked about. Did we talk about your AOE and Twitch like goals? Like, what do you plan to do long term with your esports career?
Well, for Twitch, I just hope that I would love to just keep doing. Okay, whatever prevents me from continuing what I'm doing is going to be a success to me. So like I really don't want to go back to like a nine, like, like a 9 to 5 or
Of
something,
course, yeah.
unless it's something I actually really enjoy. But I can't really think of anything right now. So my goal for Twitch, I guess, is just to keep
Oh,
steady. Um,
oh,
I
before we continue, let's like to thank you, Stella Mish, for the raid. We're talking to Slam. We're talking to Slam. We're
oh
close to the end of the interview. We're about to get into the Q&A. But right now, we were talking about hobbies and interests. So welcome, everyone. If you have any questions for Slam, by the way, save it. And when we get into the Q&A, we'll ask it on the stream. And, he'll give us some insights into his thoughts on the questions. Okay, but
ask
Slam,
me anything, man.
yeah. So you were
Sorry.
talking about right, you want to keep in the esports career. You don't really want to go into anything unless you find a passion in something.
Okay, well, I guess I kind of lied a bit. Like, I'm happy for things to continue, but obviously, I would love it if my stream got big. Actually, no, that's not entirely. Sometimes I say to my stream, like, I don't want as many. Like, if I had over like 1,500 people, I'm like, that's too many, man. I don't want that
Right,
much.
right,
So,
right.
part of me does kind of want to keep it like the same. So either the same or a little more, and that's sort of my goal for Twitch.
Yeah.
As for AOE, um, I would just love to keep in some sort of top 10 position or something for like consistently, like in a tournament. That's sort of my current goal.
Okay, okay. And
Top 12, top 12. Say top 12. Okay.
do you have any like interest in sort of, because I know for some people, like, they told me, well, they want to do streaming, but eventually at some point they want to go back into the formal world of work,
Oh no.
outside of esports. Do you want to like just like keep in the esports? I mean, it doesn't you don't have to only have to do streaming in esports career, but do you want to see
Okay.
yourself continue on in esports, or do you want to go and
I I would love to eventually not. I would love to have a stream at some point where it wasn't around being so competitive, because I think
right?
in the long run, like 3 years from now, 5 years from now, I just don't want to like compete anymore. It's really stressful to me, like 1v1 tourneys and stuff.
Yeah,
So I almost kind of envy like caster roles right now. I'm sure they have their own stresses and
yeah,
everything, but there's something about it that seems nice where they don't have to um I don't know, like competing, man. It's
yeah.
stressful sometimes. So um eventually, maybe in the next couple of years, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't want to compete forever though. I just want to chill out. Do
Okay.
I want to interview Franco, man. How
It's
do
the
I say it?
one.
It's Juan. It's Juan Franco, right?
It's
How do you
Juan
pronounce it?
Franco.
Okay, all right.
It's not like it's not a name with like a real language origin, so it pretty the interpret the spelling is open to, well, the pronunciation is open to interpretation, right?
Okay.
But you've been getting it right. Juan Franco is how I say it as well, yeah. So when the slam interviews start, we're gonna have the Juan Franco, and that sounds nice. Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, man. I'm
yeah.
coming.
Yeah,
I'm
come
coming
on.
back for you. It's gonna come a full circle, all right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well that sounds very nice. And okay, okay. Do you play any other games, like, casually?
I played Fortnite for like a year or two, and
Right.
a lot of people in the AOE scene freak out over that game too when they hear it. But whatever, I don't care. I still, despite there being so many kids that play it, and that goofy side of it,
Right.
I still think it's a pretty cool game. It's a lot tougher to play. I don't really play it much anymore, just because people are like really good at it. There's like 12-year-olds that are
Yeah.
just way too good. So, but that was definitely a game I grinded for like a year while playing AOE. I had a lot of fun when it first started off.
Okay. So you don't play anything else then? You don't play any other games? Not really.
No, I probably should.
It's
Hey,
okay.
like
So let me
some.
let me ask you this time. Are you telling me literally on your computer there's the Age of Empires shortcut, and it's like nothing, and a Fortnite shortcut
Well,
something
I
that's
have.
it, and nothing
Yes,
else?
I have a Chips Challenge
Shift challenge? The
game
hell
that
is
I
that?
play. It's an old DOS game or
A
something.
DOS game?
DOS, yeah, like back in the day. Dude, it's a beautiful game, absolutely
So
beautiful.
it's
So I would
Fortnite,
let me just
DOS,
check.
and AoE.
Just check. Oh, I have Command and Conquer,
Oh
and
my
that's it.
god.
And Gazillionaire,
Oh my god,
which
that's
probably
amazing.
no one under knows
I
what
have no
Gazillionaire
idea what
is.
the hell that is. No. Chips challenge. Is it like an
Don't
old
mess, man.
Windows game? Let me see if it's on my computer.
Yeah,
You
you
know
can
they
get
used
it
to
on
have
Steam
those.
now. No way. Someone knows Gazillionaire in your chat, dude. I need to meet this person because Gazillionaire is an ain't like a it's like a business type game and like it's just incredible.
I mean, that's probably one of your viewers.
I don't know, man.
Chip challenge. So you so I mean, like some of the other guys I spoke to, they like they play other games with their friends, like I know like Belgium play
Yeah.
CS:GO, just casually. So you don't have anything like that, you don't, you know.
I actually had CS:GO on my computer. I used to play it when I was like younger,
Right, right.
and I still have it somewhere. I just haven't touched it in like a couple years, so I wasn't really good at that game.
Okay,
I
okay.
was okay. I couldn't understand the shooting aspect behind it. I just felt like it was I don't know. I just couldn't kill people, man.
Fair enough, fair enough. Do you watch like TV movies?
No, not too much recently.
Okay, okay.
Movies, not much. Used to watch a lot more when I was back in the day. Yeah, I don't really follow any TV series or anything. So it's usually just Age of Empires and streams, man.
Right, right. All right. Well, okay. Do you have any pets?
No, I don't. I don't. But every now and
Okay.
then I'll joke that I do. But some
Okay.
people probably think I have a hamster and like cats roaming around this place, but no.
Oh no. Memeing. You gotta stop memeing on
Memeing,
them.
man. I know memeing. Well, that's the nice part. Without a cam, I guess you can make that kind of stuff up.
Yeah, it's very true. So, all right, any like hobbies and special interests that you missed?
Mm,
Mm, nope. I think we covered it all. We
I
literally
think so,
just
yeah.
yeah, we spoke the entirety of Slam's life in this interview.
Oh
That's
man, it doesn't seem like a whole. No, I know there's more in there. There's gold nuggets everywhere, all right. But
yeah,
yeah,
we'll
we'll leave it at
uncover those
that.
nuggets in a future interview then. That's fine.
Yeah.
And oh, the chat is asking if you're single, asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, well there you have it. He's single. But not on my stream though. You go mess with him on his own stream.
Married to a Wong. Actually, that is true. Actually,
Yeah. Okay. And
probably married to ACCM. Actually. Well, anyways, continue. Sorry, continue.
that's fine. All right. Well, that's pretty interesting. We learned a lot about Slam in the real life. So now I want to get a bit into the audience Q&A. Questions from the audience. So okay, so everyone, here's how we're gonna do it, right? You're gonna ask a question. What is your favorite color? And you're gonna tag my name in it, just like this here, so I can see the question when you write it. And I will ask him. So Slam, what is your favorite color?
Mm, My whole life, younger, I'd always say red, and now uh, it's gonna be lame if I say I don't have one, but that's probably
Yeah, that
closer
is
to the
pretty lame.
truth.
That is pretty lame, but
But we'll say it's not red anymore. It's moved over to blue.
okay. Eh, a little lame, but all right, we'll allow it. Um, er, yeah, it's in every interview from now on. I have to mention this, but I had Leary on, and I asked him what his favorite color. This
Really,
guy told me it depends. Can you believe it?
depends
He
for
literally told
favorite
me,
color.
yeah, he told me, it depends. I'm like, what, bro?
What?
AoE 2 players, man. You guys can never answer a question straight, right? Yeah,
'Cause it's so everything's so complex, man.
everything is.
As soon as you hit post imp in a high level game, it opens your eyes to the world.
And yeah, so the next thing is before I get into another audience question is what I don't want to ask this is like what's the secret sauce for us noobs to get better? Give us. I know you don't do any coaching, but if you tell us this, we won't need it. Give us the key.
Um, it's tough, man.
It's tough. That's why I'm asking you. No.
It is.
Upper
There's
play.
some truth behind when I joke about going to bed and you're so angry about a loss or whatever. There is something to it though, where you need to be like almost not manic isn't the right word, but almost like a perfectionist. I don't know,
All right.
where if like every single movement matters. Looks when that game starts, every single second matters. You want everything to be as efficient as possible, but you have to tell yourself that that does matter because what will happen is players will maybe misplace a lumber camp. So they're failing to do simple things, which I know they can do. And usually their excuse is like, oh, I didn't kill the board underneath the TC. That's not a big deal. Or, oh, the mill's placed wrong. That's not a big deal, but it is a big, so you got to take all these like small pivotal things and then they all
Mm-hmm.
add up, right? So you have to be like really hard on yourself in a sense, almost kind of a perfectionist in that, and you kind of treat the game a little bit like a speed run. Like if you ever watch people speed run games, when the
Yeah.
game starts, every single move they're doing um, matters, right? Like every single, and then what do they do if they mess up? They reset, right? So you kind of have to have that mentality when you're going into the
Okay.
game.
Okay.
When that game starts, if obviously it's not going to be perfect, but you need to make sure that you kind of adopt that kind of perfectionist slash hard on
Yeah.
yourself
I mean,
type of thing.
it's interesting for a guy who doesn't do any coaching. He had a very specific answer to a question of coaching for noobs. So that's really interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's tough to answer these because uh, I don't. Coaching's tough in AOE because
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean I kind of agree with Doubt his approach to it as well is like it's tough to coach. Like it's almost best just to grind the games yourself, grind the 1v1s, maybe look at your own recordings and stuff, get a few tips here and there. But a lot of it comes down to just that practice. And I know practice doesn't really help when you say the word practice, but it's also that mentality that I just mentioned behind it, where you need to almost become like really hard on yourself. And if
Right.
you miss a board, I use an example of a board not going underneath the TC. That's a big deal because you need to treat it like it's a big deal. So
Okay.
and then
Okay.
it all adds up. Yeah.
All right. Nice. So in advance, I ask on Facebook if anybody had any questions. By the way, I have to plug the Facebook group because they asked me to. So there's a Facebook AOE group if anybody is still on Facebook. Now you're an old guy. You should be on Facebook still. Are you in the group, by the way?
Me?
Yeah. Are you on Facebook?
Well, I'm on Facebook personally, but I'm not on that group. No.
Okay. Well, you could feel free to join the group. I know
Okay.
Capo's in there. Well, I forgot to talk to him about that. Shoot. Capo's in there. ACCM's in there. I mean, if ACCM's in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Kasper, the Turkish player.
Slam is
Sam is
barely
barely
on
in
his
this
own
one.
Discord.
Oh, that's a call out. That's a call out.
Oh, he's all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so anyone, feel free to join that if you're on Facebook. I know old fogies like me, we're still on that platform. The younger crowd doesn't really feel it these days. Okay, so two comments here from Sean and Benjamin, and they were a bit rude in how they ask it, but basically what they were asking is, you're a top tier mechanical player, but okay, so Sean asked, you're a top tier mechanical player, uh, but he feels like your mentality holds you back from
Yeah.
competing. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd say it's always been an issue. It's almost like what I just told you is sort of a help thing is probably something that could actually hinder me personally because I put so much pressure on myself as soon as it matters. So a lot of my movements and like like how I move the mouse and everything isn't just it's hard to explain, but it just doesn't feel the same as when I'm completely calm. Um, so it's quite interesting because this Red Bull qualification, um, I was probably like I don't know if you watched any of it, but I was probably the calmest I've ever been for
Very
an
nice.
attorney. And the reason behind that may not be the best reason, but either way, it led
Cocaine?
to me being
Is that
super
a
calm.
reason?
Um, but with that being said, yeah, I agree with them. Mentality hasn't always been there.
Right.
I've done really well in some team game tournaments in the past. There's been some really awesome performances I've done in some games that were like amazing to me personally.
Right.
But
Right.
1v1s, yeah, I slip up there. Definitely do. So,
And he also asked like, how are you trying to overcome it?
mm, yeah, that's a good one. I think that's one's really tough. I think I don't know. I've tried maybe a couple things in the past, but I honestly think it might be getting a little bit better too, because there's this. I don't know if it's just getting older or something, and I'm just not putting that same amount of pressure on myself. I don't think
Right.
that's the best answer. I just wait for it to slowly solve itself. But
Mm-hmm.
there's some truth to that too. So I can't say I'm doing a whole lot. Um, I have tried things and they haven't worked. I will say that. So
Okay. So I have a question here from Benjamin. I'm gonna read out the whole thing in its entirety without sounding harsh, and I'm sure you can put it into better words. But
who are these
why
guys, man?
does
They're after me, man.
why does Slam choke so much? Hidden cup performances,
What?
etc.
Yo, these guys are coming after me,
We
man.
know he's an
Who
absolute.
is the?
Let's let me read out the question. He says, we know he's an absolute beast. Also, tell him he's my
Oh,
favorite player.
all right.
There you go.
Okay, all right. Well,
Hey, so you see, you
that's kind of.
preempted it. You should have waited for the end.
It was the first question, and then how they would
Yeah,
approach that one. I thought it was.
yeah. So you're his favorite
Um,
player, and he believes in you, but he wants to know what's come on,
well, I think it's sort of the same question as
same
before.
as
It kind of
all right,
ties into that, yeah. And like, it's not always nerves. Sometimes lately these people are playing so good too these days
oh
that
yeah,
it
it's
is a little
true,
bit trickier to. Um, and sometimes I think I'm not bringing the skill level as well, like recently. But
right, right,
I know it's there. I know the potential's there. It's just the levels increased a lot, and yeah, I mean, nerves have always been a thing for even other aspects of my life too. When the pressure's on, it doesn't always get in the way though.
okay, okay, pretty interesting. Um, okay, and John from Facebook says, I enjoy his stream a lot. Please ask him to turn off map lighting. It drives me nuts.
there's so, there's someone that's been chasing after me with that everywhere. It's probably the same guy, but
Probably
I think
is.
on like Instagram, someone posted that, and then in my chat, like I'm literally dreaming. I think I fell asleep last night, and someone whispered in my ear, "Turn off map lighting." It's probably the same guy.
Turn off the
And
bloom slam.
I don't know what he means.
The
Why?
bloom effect.
But why isn't anyone else saying this? Is it just
Cause they're
one person?
afraid. He's the lone brave
He,
person, not afraid to stand up to Big Slam and tell him
I,
turn off this bloom.
I'm extremely friendly. No, something. Okay, the bloom. So is that
Yeah,
just
no,
a
there's
setting
a
in AoE?
yeah, it's a setting. You never fiddle with the graphic setting. It's a bloom effect.
Listen, man, I load up that game. I click that 1v1, and boom, I'm 1v1ing ACC.
I
That's all I do, man.
I agree with him. Bloom is very annoying. You should turn it off.
Okay. Is it actually say bloom as a chat?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
you see
Well,
it bloom, man.
I'll
You
take a
turn.
look at it, man.
I'm gonna reply
Whoever
them right
this
now
is,
and tell him you're gonna
I'm
turn it off.
scared, man. I'm gonna open up my door later tonight,
Yeah,
and he's gonna be there, and he's gonna tell me to turn it off. So I'm gonna get on
but
this
are you
because
gonna
this
turn
is.
it down though?
Oh, I just turned it down. That's
Are
it.
you
I
going
don't turn
to?
it off.
Well, it's like a slider. It's like a
Does it affect the way I see the game?
well, yeah, but it's better.
I'll take
You
a look. I'll take a look.
take a look. It's a bloom setting. Trust me and Jan. Okay, we know what we're talking about. We got your back, Slam. Would we lie to you? Would Guan lie to you? Guan of all people? Okay, let's not
Okay,
answer that.
I
All right,
see.
so we have questions from Twitch now. Let's see. Right. So Canucks Inc. Two. I don't know how to. I don't know what his name is. He asks, "Why is Slam's favorite map Amazon Tunnel?"
Uh,
Go on.
I could answer meme like or serious. We'll go with the serious approach. I think because after 1v1ing a lot, I kind of want that break from 1v1s, and I can get viewers in the game. And two, I can read chat very easily while I play that one. And three, I actually do find it is kind of fun. Like you can get a
Right.
really nice game there. And sorry, and the idea of like I don't know, just pushing together as a team with different civs, and it's all focused on one area. If there wasn't so
Okay.
much lag, it would be even that much better. But
Okay. So you're really
yeah,
a
those
big
are the
Amazon
reasons.
tunnel guy then. It's not a meme.
It's like half meme, half I like the map.
Okay, okay. With how long the pros have been playing this game, do you think there will be any new players breaking into the pro scene? This is by Tonga White Boy. Wow, what a name.
I hope so, man. I want as many new players and pros to break in as possible.
Okay.
People gotta get going, man. I'm sick and tired. Well, I can't say I'm sick and tired of playing ACCM, but I wouldn't mind playing like ACCM and maybe three other people on a rotation. So I
Nice.
don't know how to answer that question. From the way things are going, it's happening very, very slowly.
Right.
So I mean, I guess like Kasva, for example, he's playing really well. He might be moving up. But man,
Okay,
the fact that you
nice.
can only like count like one person every couple months or something, I don't like that. I
Yeah, it's
want there
rough.
to be more. So
Certainly is rough.
I yeah.
Cape AOE asks, how do you stream outside from time to time? Stream outside? I mean, like physically outside?
Oh shoot. Uh, really? Is that what he asked?
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is like another community meme or whatnot, but
Yeah.
that
Well,
was his question.
I did a meme like a month ago because I have a fan I turn on when it's really hot, and people think they're like, "Are you outside?" And I just it came up like every 20 minutes. So whenever there's a common question that comes up, I turn it into something troll like to keep my sanity and maybe to make
Right,
a portion of people laugh who know
right,
what's
right.
going on.
Okay.
Um, so I will say I'll just say that I'm outside or something like the stars are looking gorgeous tonight and I'm playing AoE underneath the stars. So no, I'm I don't yeah, maybe I'm playing outside. Yeah.
Okay. And Fletch AU asks, pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, of course.
nice.
Why? Why is that? Is that an actual question?
That's what he asked, pineapple on pizza. I
Yeah.
scrolled up,
All
by
right.
the way. It's not like I'm at the top of the questions list.
Okay.
Um, oh, Martin Mag 1991 asks, will this interview open up the way for glorious slam cam on your streams?
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Okay, okay.
Could be
So
a stepping stone.
yeah,
I don't know.
okay. Juan Franco made it happen. Let's remember that, folks. And if we see the
It's true.
glorious slam cam from now on, it's a boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there might be some truth to that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
All right. And Zeratak 23 asks, can you ask Slam about his secret double market strat? What's your double market
Yeah,
strat?
well, it's simple. Yeah, well, when you get the second, you don't want to get up too early, but when you do get the second market up, the prices are going to be a lot better. So you will cut them in half, and then that way
What?
you can sell, and then you're going to get better.
Oh, wait, oh,
Yeah.
this is another meme. You're BSing me. Okay, okay, all right. Moving right along. Um, right. Help. Um, how do I pronounce this? Hell's V. Hell's Vog 5 asks, does Slam consider himself a better open map or closed map player?
I mean, judging from my last performance in Arena, it feels like probably closed map. Although I used to be so good in open maps too. You know what? It feels like it's one or the other. Like if it's an all-out scout war, feudal war game, I think I play well in that. And then if it's super closed, I think it's the in-between stuff that I might not be doing so well in. Sort of like the 2TC um, forward siege workshop or something, and someone's putting pressure on you. And yeah, I think it's probably the in between those two where I struggle a bit. But one or the other, I see myself doing fine on either.
Okay. And J Bala 95 asks, what's it like being a teammate with Doubt? And who outside of Doubt would be your most effective teammate?
Being a team with Doubt, I love it. He's so super easy to play with. There's not going to be any like blaming or frustration or like
Hmm.
he's solid teammate in that sense. Like, and his knowledge about the game is like it's great. It's perfect. So, well, maybe not always perfect. Sometimes he's sometimes he'll mess something up. So in that aspect, yeah, great teammate. Who else on top of that? Back in the day, it would have been Hassan, but that's kind of old news. That's long ago.
Right, of course.
So currently, um, I don't know. Maybe any of the GL members. They're all really good. So yeah, I'd probably go with one of the GL members.
Okay, nice. And
Viper. If Viper were on a team with me, then I'd just say Viper.
Zeus_3 asks, who is your favorite player to play against on the ladder?
It's actually Doubt. I love his. I love playing against Doubt. His play style is just. I feel he's usually not super aggressive, so you get really good games, and he doesn't do any YOLO strats. He just sticks. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but so that way I don't have to worry about anything that's like crazy
Right.
tower rush. He does those every once in a while, but and he kind of pushes me to the limit when I'm like, I don't know, there's something about him where I just have more motivation to play the 1v1. Um, I think ACCM's up there now for playing against, although he's been playing so well that he's been winning a lot more against me.
Okay,
So
nice.
that's for maybe it's his style. I don't know, but that's a
Uh,
little frustrating. But there is something about Doubt where I just feel like I can just take that guy out when I play him. There's something there where I felt it in, like years ago. Like if I'm playing my game, I just feel like my style can get him. But yeah.
okay, nice. And Marie Gabrielle asks, what is something you always wanted to do but never have?
Hmm. Ooh. Boy. Man, that's tough. I think I don't know. I don't know. It's a little tough to answer. I've always wanted to create something, like a
Right.
product or something.
Okay.
And that's not super fancy. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, I want to go skydiving. I want to travel the world." And me, no, it's something probably on the creative side that I've wanted to do. I don't know, maybe create a product and have it be a success in like the e-commerce world and stuff. Um,
Right.
if I had more time to think about this question, I know I'd probably come up with something, but there's nothing that's like really just like
Okay.
coming to mind.
And Chuck versus Giant Tortoise asks, how do I convince my mother to love me?
How do I convince what?
How does he convince his mom to love him?
His mom or my
Yeah,
mom?
it's mom, obviously. It's mom.
Does he play AoE?
I guess
Maybe
so. He's here.
you should let her know that his elo has been increasing every
Oh,
week,
nice.
100 points at a time,
Nice.
and he
Oh,
needs
wow.
to let his mom know that he's going to hit 2K soon. And how could she not be proud?
There you have it, Chuck. You just gotta grind the ladder. That's all you have to do. All right. Let's see here. Hira23 asks, could you
Hera?
Hira23, not Hera, ask, could you ask him why macro is more important than micro for a newbie?
Oh, I see. The micro. Probably because for how do I explain this? Macro to me would be like you have two TCs and they're constantly producing. Um, and I think players at a lower elo will have idle time on these things, right? So they may build like 3 ranges, 2 stables, just building too much for what they can handle. They'll send out an army and it will die or whatever. But mm, I know how to answer this. I'm just not being very can't find out the right words for it, but because they can probably take losses. Like at a lower level, I could probably send in an army underneath an enemy TC of 20 something and not micro them, lose them all, but I'd be completely fine because my military buildings are all constantly producing. My eco is good because they're all constantly producing. Micro's still important, but he is right though. I mean, macro probably matters a lot more. If your TCs are idle, I mean, it's sort of like the base. You know what I mean? How if your base isn't that great, then who
Right.
cares about the micro?
And Hell's Vlog 5 asks, are there any memorable games that stand out to you?
Mm, I know some funny, memorable games, but way back in the day. I will say the more serious one, it was in Dubai when I played a 1v1 against the Viper inside the
Hmm?
same room, and it was for the tournament. We took turns. Ryut just finished playing Viper, I think, and he had lost, and then it was up to me to play him next. I can't remember that was the order, but either way, and then I ended up beating him, and it was one game, which is nice. One game, it's gonna be I'll have a better chance against him during that time, right? Because if you can play one game really well, um, you have a better chance rather than it being like a best of seven or something. So I always remember that game. I was Mongols, and I think he was Japanese, and I killed him that game, and
Okay. All
that was
right.
memorable.
Very
And
nice.
yeah,
Marie Gabrielle asks, why do you like pushing Dare so much? Can you give us the history of Slam and Dare?
I don't know, man. It's just that first day that I pushed one. Um, when was it? 2008, November 10th. That first deer that I got underneath my TC. The amount of food that it gave me. I realized I didn't need farms, and then since that day I was hooked. Um, Also in Canada, everyone, well, not everyone, I'd be lying if I said everyone, but about three-fourths of people, they have deers here, and well, like I don't actually own
Oh,
one, but
wow.
we own them as a pet. So there's sort of a deer like pet thing that goes on in Canada. So there's that fascination that kind of
Yeah,
adds
I'm
to it
gonna
as
assume you're
well.
BSing us here. Not everybody in Canada owns a pet deer. That has to be.
Well, maybe East Coast, like near Toronto, not so much, but West Coast, because you were in the East Coast, right?
Yeah, I was in the East Coast.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada. Everybody didn't have a pet deer, so I know you're BSing me. All right, Little Trouble in the chat ask,
See?
can you squeak the chair for us?
Yeah, sure. But you can't see it, okay?
Oh,
It's
I
still.
heard it. I heard it. Can we see the chair? Show us the chair. I think.
Yeah,
I
but
think. I think they want to see the
then
chair.
it get.
Is it like a secret? You can't see the chair? It's like a
That's
little
all you
shitty
get,
meth
okay?
chair. It's not
Excuse me?
okay. And nothing
Take that back
special.
right now, man.
And nothing special about
This
that
is my
chair.
chair.
It's
It
your
sure is
chair, but it's not a
special.
special chair.
Well, this thing has supported me.
Wait, do these guys have a
Pun
meme?
intended.
Is there
Pun intended forever.
not?
What?
Is there like an emote for the chair?
Yeah, yeah. Of course,
You
yeah.
use the whole emote for the thinking chair. Okay. All right. Okay.
you're you're blowing,
All
man.
right.
You're just like, what in the
Okay.
world?
Anyway, moving right along. Um. All right. That's it for the questions. So thank you everyone in the audience who asked the question. That was a very lovely time. And okay, so we enter the last portion of the interview, and that will be the mini game that I have here.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. It's just gonna be you're gonna have like 4 seconds. I'm gonna ask a question. Maybe like yes or no, or give like a simple answer. And you have like 4 seconds to answer, okay? If you take too long, I'm gonna move on to the next question. I'm gonna give you like forever to rattle on. Remove answer from the game.
No.
Remove one unique unit from the game.
Housecarls.
What's your favorite sim?
Chinese.
What's your favorite tech?
Redemption.
Trebuchets or catapults?
Trebuchets.
Which country would you add to AoE if given the choice?
Canada.
Why do you all of you say that? Would you rather fight one angry large boar or 10 angry goats?
10 angry goats.
Favorite AoE player?
Oh gosh, I gotta say it again. Oh, we'll go Tim.
Favorite streamer?
Oh man, I failed at this one.
Burgundians or Sicilians?
Sicilians.
Would you rather never being able to pick your civ or never being able to pick your map?
Never be able to pick my civ.
Okay. Reddit or AoE zone?
Oh shoot. AoE zone.
Um, Joan of Arc?
Is there?
Yeah, Joan of
Yes.
Arc. Okay. The color blue or cyan?
Blue.
2v2 or 4v4?
4v4.
Name one AoE pro you can take in a fistfight.
Leary.
Oh, you think so? I'll show him this clip. Um,
I
pick.
feel bad. I went.
You know, when I asked him this question, if he could take Hera in a fistfight, he was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, of course, any day, any day." So, okay. Pick one player to never lose a game against ever again. Doubt, ACCM, or the Viper.
To never lose a game
Yeah,
against
never lose against them again. You always bodying them.
the Viper, man.
Okay. Who
Viper.
is hotter between an Huskarl and an Eagle Warrior?
Hotter? Like
Yeah,
hot?
yeah, who's hotter? Gotta text appeal.
Between which
Huskarl and
two?
an Eagle Warrior.
Eagle Warrior is definitely hotter.
Kill, marry, smash. Okay. War Wagon, Loom, Aztec Monk.
Kill Aztec Monk.
Right.
Mary Loom. Wait, oh, did you say Smash is one of them?
Yeah, kill, marry, smash.
Okay, Mary Loom, Smash, War Wagon.
Okay, very interesting choice. Arena or Mega Random?
Arena.
Okay. DM or Empire Wars?
Empire Wars.
Okay. Nerf Franks?
No.
Nah, you suck. Nomad or Land Nomad?
Nomad.
Fat Slab or Huang?
Huang.
Age of Mythology or Age of Empires tree?
Age of Mythology.
StarCraft or Command and Conquer?
Command and Conquer.
Halo or Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Okay, all right. Well, there we go. Congrats. We made it to the end.
Yeah.
You stumbled a bit there at the start.
I did
That's
stumble
all right.
here
It's
and
all
there,
right. It's
yeah.
fine. But you got into it. You picked up the pace and you did pretty well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Although you
Thank
answered the Nerf Frank's question incorrectly, by the way, but I'll let that slide.
I did, really?
Yeah, you
Okay.
answered it
All right.
incorrectly, but it's okay. We'll let play the rest.
Let it slide. Great.
All right. Well, thank you, Slam, for joining me here on this interview. And thank you for everyone in the audience and the Slam community for coming and being a part, asking questions, and having fun in the interview. So thank you, Slam.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you as well. I
Oh, yeah.
enjoyed the interview.
All right, great. And thank you as well for putting on the webcam, and coming here in the flesh. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah. And
It's good.
okay, so that officially wraps up the interview.